Good morning. What is up, Facebook Live? Where do I start? Not a great day. Came home last night, or actually, I was home and I got a sick puppy that collapsed on me, so I'm kind of like in a funk, a little bit of a funk. So I thought today was super appropriate to talk about topic today. Sorry, I'm just a little I'm a little today. Can't always be like fired up. Can't always be in the best mood. But coffee talk today is about staying on track when life is a roller coaster, which is what I wrote this morning after feeling. Animals are, first of all, good morning. And animals are different than people, obviously, because they don't talk to us. They can't complain to us and tell us what's up, how do you feel, I feel sick. So puppy did a forward leg split, hit the floor, went to the emergency room. She's got a bad heart, bad kidneys, and she's mama dog to the rest of my puppies, so there's that. So I kind of process, I've had animals my whole life, and I've had, tons and tons and tons of death. I've always, I kind of put in my mindset, and this is for you guys, I put in my mindset that if my animals get to 10 years old, then everything else is just like a gift. I mean, it's a gift, but it's like when they get to that point, I think, wow, that's amazing that I've been able to spend this kind of quality life. My oldest is 16 and a half, and so mama dog is the second one in line, and she's 15. So, that's kind of it's a thing. It's life. And on top of that, we've been in quarantine for quite some time here, and now we have not only a national pandemic, but we have two national pandemics, and that, and thank you guys for all the love. I really appreciate it, and I feel it, because I know that you guys know I'm not here by myself going, oh, poor dog. I think that everyone here and anyone in my life is animal lovers and animal friendly. I have people that I know very close to me recently. They've also lost their animals, and it's tragic because we feel like they're like perma babies. But going back to a national pandemic that unprecedented, we've never seen anything like this before in our life. Like when I wrote the word roller coaster, it's not like life comes at you and it's like a speed bump kind of thing. Like there are speed bumps, but I always feel like the roller coaster. I feel like my life is like woo, like highs and lows and highs and lows. And how do we deal with that? What do we do with that? And what do we do with that as athletes? What do we do with that when we're on a 5-week challenge? You guys, 5-week challenge is like happening right now. And I missed our first Zoom meeting last night because I was in the emergency room. Well, actually, I was in the parking lot because they didn't let us in. So that was also really crazy for me because, I think that as your children, and my animals are my children, you want to be there. And then the second national pandemic that we have right now is dealing with racism. And I have my mindset of how I was raised. People don't know me. If you judge me as I'm fair skinned, blonde, blue eyed, then you don't really know me and you don't know my story. And my friends that are out there that are not my color, not my color, not my color. And we've judged. I don't come from that. I wasn't raised that way. And I don't even mean raised like my parents. I mean like my environment. So our second national pandemic is racism. And I don't want to get into a political slant on this. I just want to get into life as a roller coaster and how we are going in and out of these things and dealing with, racism isn't new, and, police brutality is not new. This didn't just happen and everybody freaked out. It's people are freaking out because it's got to stop. It's disgusting. My father was a City of Miami police officer, and I was born and raised in Miami. I remember McDuffie. I don't know if you guys are that old or you have that kind of memory, but there are parts of Miami that as a white female, I wouldn't drive. I can have all the black belts I want. I can carry a gun and a stick and that, and it's not a way to live, but it's not new, guys. And I really look at, my life going, I have all my black brothers and sisters around me that I grew up with, and I've always felt that turmoil. Like, it affects me. These are people that I love and I care about, and no one could come at me with like, don't you feel a little bit of racism? Everybody does, but I don't call it racism. I call it, you're an idiot. And so I just think you're an idiot. I don't really care if you're black or white. You're white, you're an idiot. You're black, you're an idiot. You're white, you're nice. You're white, black, you're nice. That's fine. But we as a human culture, one of the things that I'm dealing with also is looking at our world and all of this kind of like, well, it's just crazy. It's just like nonsense. So life is a roller coaster. And for you guys out there that are on my 5-week challenge right now, we're organizing ourselves to, we're a group of about 25 people right now. Our founding group is amazing, men and women, and people that have known me, people who have just met me, people who have never even met me are coming onto this 5-week group, and the love and support is out of control. And that's where I believe that our human condition, when we're gonna go on a diet or mindset reset, or, I gotta get my shit together, this roller coaster is ongoing. It's just life. It's ongoing. My dog is sick. COVID-19. I've lost people. I moved right in the middle of the pandemic. I actually packed my house and moved. So that was crazy. And I got in a car and I just spent, 2.5 months with my mom, and now I'm back. I mean, woo, roller coaster. And so those emotions will move you. And I always relate it to, I was never in the military, but I think like when you sign up for armed forces, you go in and you're like, okay, here. And they tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And there is no back talk. There is no going back. There's no, time out. Hold on. You got to go forward. And all the stuff that comes at you, you just keep moving forward. And that's what today's topic is really about. We just keep moving forward. And when someone dies around me, it's always kind of a poof, like an analysis. And I've had a lot of death in my life. I grew up in that, the era of HIV when it first came out. I was living in it and living and surrounded by so many people that I lost. And of those people that I lost, I mean, not even like 2 or 3, but like, you know, like 100. There's photographs of me and, you know, partying with all my friends, and they're gone. They're just wiped out. A whole generation of people wiped out. Carlos, honey, I'm your voucher, not in your blood. You're the most versatile open minded. Oh, Carlito. Yeah. And then people like Carlos pop up on my page and remind me, like, you know, I have friends from when I'm a little girl that are still my friends. And we've all gone through so many changes in life, and I still miss those people, you know, and I still am friends with those people and love. But let's talk about the roller coaster and talk about the people that I've lost. And this is not a pity party for me. This is more of a, we're on a roller coaster, guys. Stuff is going to happen to you. We're going to lose people. People die. Animals die. Friendships break up. Relationships break up. Marriages break up. People shift and move. We're not one-dimensional. We're not 1950s people either, where we were like, okay, nobody divorced and everybody stuck together and everybody was like, you know, it was different. And this is just a short period of time. I was born in the 60s. There was segregation in my community and my school. I was one of 5 white children in my school. But as a child, I didn't know what that meant. Most of my friends were of color, if not like actually all my friends. And the only other friends that I knew that were white like me, we kind of like all knew each other. But again, it was, I grew up with a tremendous amount of culture. I grew up with a tremendous amount of awareness of how black or brown people are treated. And I watched it. And I had a lot of black teachers, which was really cool for me because my education came from a black perspective. And having also black, when I say black, people of color that not only raised me and supported me in my early years. My first karate teacher was, in my mind, I thought he was like 8 feet tall. He was a former bodybuilder, and like I had so much deep respect and love for this guy as a little girl, and looking up to him. You know, my karate world was surrounded by people of color, and really I didn't have a lot of white people influence. Not to say that I didn't hear it, or I didn't have like racism in my surrounding. But going into like people of color and my world, and you know, the gay community, people that are being oppressed, or people that are being like put into a subset and fighting their way out, fighting for rights, fighting for equality. I actually wore the wrong hat today. I should have been wearing my equality hat. I might even jump on and change it. Yeah, I think I'm going to change my equality hat for a second. Hold on. I think I left it downstairs. Anyway, so our roller coaster life, my roller coaster life, is about recognizing that things happen, and knowing in your heart of hearts, things happen, people change. I've been in narcissistic relationships where, you know, the person shows themselves to you as one thing, and then it's usually about a 2-year mark, and then poof, masks are off, and the person is a different person. And then that roller coaster sets itself off again. And how do you deal with that? Do you bounce back? Do you crawl into a hole? Do you go into a pity party and, you know, Death comes at you. People die. I've had a lot of suicide in my life. And that's kind of crazy. I actually think people think I'm lying. They're like, that just sounds crazy, Lisa. Like it's really like, there's no way. Like, no. Like, I don't make shit up because I think lying is like boring. It's like, and it's too much work. Like, who's got time to lie and keep track of shit? But I know people that lie on the regular, and they're not good at it. They just do it because that's their way of life. That's how they do things. And so I've had a lot of suicide very close to me. Like, not just like, oh, I knew somebody who shot themselves. No, I know a few people that have stuck a gun in their mouth. And if this triggers you guys, just go ahead and jump off. See ya. Take off. See ya. But I want this to be like real. So a lot of suicide, a lot of illness and death. I tragically lost my father when I was 25 years old, to lung cancer. He was diagnosed in November, died the week before my birthday. In 6 months, he was gone, so that kind of sits inside of you. And then really all the HIV friends that I've had that, prior to all the treatments that are available now, just wiped out. And so my roller coaster continues, and I continue. And the most important part for us to remember is also to say, I'm sorry I'm not so smiley today. We're going to get through this because this is part of the roller coaster. I take care of myself. I continue with my routine. I wake up. I also look for the other side, which is, how can I help you guys? How can I be a better person? How can I be a better sister? How can I be a better daughter? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better, trainer and coach? Because when I look at that side for me, that's what allows me to get up this roller coaster and dive and up and dive and up and dive. Because even though the roller coaster is got its track, it always comes back to foundation. Everything will always come back to foundation. And when you find your happiness, and I believe that happiness is like a weird thing, because happiness to me sometimes is not like giggle happy. It's almost like just a peace of mind. Like saying everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. My dog is sick. I just called. They said she's stable. She had a good night. She's on oxygen. Will she survive? At the end of the day, no. We're all going to die. And when we embrace that, and say, one, I've given her the best life ever. She's 15 years old. Animals don't live that long. And dogs don't live that long. So have I done everything possible for her? Absolutely. How much more time am I going to have that's quality? I don't know. But I'm going to do the best I can for her. I think if we treat each other like we treat our animals, although I know some people that treat their animals like crap. I know some people that actually, there was a guy at the vet last night. I don't know if you can imagine this character, right? A puppy. And he grabs the puppy by the chest, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, and I don't mean to judge people, but there are people out there that are like that have animals, that need to get punched in the face. Like, just punched right in the face. And last night I was kind of I'm going to punch this guy in the face. So he grabs the puppy by the gut, and he's holding it like a bag, like a Gucci bag. And he's walking around the parking lot, swinging the dog around at the vet, and apparently the dog was sick. Yeah. And part of me wanted to, just grab the dog and run. And I know a lot of my friends are like that. Like, I just want to rescue every animal and every human, but I can't. I just have to, put up that I can't do it all. and I can only do also what I'm capable of. And in our world, again, the roller coaster is about how am I going to react to this? Had it escalated, I would have stepped in. And that's kind of like George Floyd. Who was there that could have helped that guy survive? And what would it have meant if I were there and asked the police officer to take his fucking knee off this guy's neck? Or what is that? How does that work? Do I tackle the police officer and then I get killed? I don't know. What's the answer? Do I just stand by and watch a dog being mistreated? Do I stand by and watch another human being mistreated? So what's the answer? What do we do? As citizens, can we lean in a little bit harder? If you're like me, I want to help everybody. And I have a voice and I have some power. I also have a lot of, and again, if you guys are offended, I don't really care. Just get off my channel. I have a lot of no fucks given because I've gotten to a point in my life where when I care and people don't care, I stop caring. And I care less and put my guard up, but I will lean in for an animal and I will lean in for injustice. And what both of these situations are is the same. Our roller coaster of life is about, are we leaning into injustice? And if you're a white, blonde, light-eyed, light-skinned person, and we all have the same common ancestry, suck it up, buttercup. We're all the same. Yeah. We're all the same. And we're all in this together. And don't come at me and go, oh, but I have black friends. That's so stupid and ignorant. What we also fail to recognize is there are a lot of white people out there that actually are mixed race. And you don't know it. You know why? You don't accept it because we're all mixed race. We're all mixed race people. How do you not know that? And if you think that you're white, like I'm pure white, I come from whatever. I come from, oh, here it is. I come from England, right? Which is true. Like I still have relatives in England. Does that make me a white person? Or does that make me a light-skinned person that has some heritage from like a European? But I guarantee, and not a 23andMe thing, but I guarantee if I push back and I go deeper and deeper and deeper into our DNA and our heritage, it's the same common ancestry, you guys. It really is. We're of the same. We bleed red. It's the same blood. You cut someone open, it's the same inside. The only difference is how much sun somebody got. Think about that. How much sun? You either went that way to the equator or you went that way. It's migration is the only difference. Not cultural, because I promise you guys, I promise with everything that I'm made of, everything, we're all from the same common ancestry. And what I love about that is we can fight our way out of this, and there are things that you guys can do. Because I know people say to me, oh, what do I do? Oh, Black Lives Matter. Okay, prove it. Prove it. Because I don't need more white privilege. I would like more male privilege, for sure. Totally get it. I would love to be like, oh, I'm a dude. Just treat me like a guy because A white man has pure privilege. So I want my white guys, my white men, to lean all the way in. Lean all the way in. I want to see this white man culture. I want to see old white man culture. That's what I want to see. That's really like going to be the trick. I want to see all the old white guys, all the gray hair white guys lean in and go, Black Lives Matter, we're not taking it anymore. Police brutality needs to get checked on every freaking level. Now I'm just speaking for myself. I don't know how you guys feel, but I just see it like ridiculous. And I want to show you guys also something else, that you're like, oh, I have black friends, blah, blah, blah. What do your black friends do for a living? And when I say black, I mean all spectrum. So if you're not light skinned, and I'm kind of tan right now, although I need a little color. Vitamin D. I need a little vitamin D. That's the bottom line. I feel good when I get sun. But here we go. If you have friends of color, and when I say friends of color, listen, it's not George Floyd getting murdered by another dude, a white dude. George Floyd got murdered by a criminal that's wearing a badge. And I guarantee there's enough shenanigans in that guy's record. Who hired him? We got to kind of go back. There needs to be a system in place. But I want you guys, and I have a big, huge, like I love you guys. But I want to lean into like who's out there that has white male friends, older white male friends that you need to talk to and have a conversation and say, yo, before you do what you do with privilege, and you should be walking around now going, am I using privilege? And is there injustice here? And listen, it's a check. It's a check and balance. But I support and I look for people of color, black-owned businesses, and lean in. Do they have a service that they offer that you need? And God, bitches, I'm not talking about housekeepers. I'm just not. I'm not talking about, the stereotypical businesses. I'm talking about people that have businesses out there, your lawyers and bankers and creditors and other businesses that are black owned. And they feel segregated because we're not leaning in and helping out. Roller coaster of life. How do we set this course on motion and be able to establish a balance? In order to establish a balance in my life, and the roller coaster of your life and the roller coaster of my life is about, how am I leaning in? What am I doing? Am I just sitting back and watching social media? Am I on social media right now and I'm not doing anything about it? Or am I going to take a step back and go, I need to change the way my world is right now. I've got to change my surroundings. I see a lot of racism. I see a lot of racism in a lot of different ways. I see it from people that are really close to me that act like they're not racist and they're completely racist. And I hear it. And I'm like, what the fuck? You racist motherfucker. Wow. And I would say things to people like, you do realize that's racist, right? Oh, but I didn't mean it like that. Oh, no. I didn't mean it to come out like that, Lisa. Yeah, but it doesn't matter how it came out. You're still racist. And you need to check that shit. Because y'all say and act stupid. Especially when you say, I got a lot of black friends. Really? By the way, that's racist. How is that racist? Think about it. Think about it. The fact that you would have to say that I have black friends is really stupid. Like, yeah, well, yeah, of course. They just didn't mean for you to hear it. What does that mean? Guys, when you write comments to me, do me a favor. Give me a little, like, explanation, because sometimes I'm going off. Franchi, Danny, what's up? Hold police officers to harsher punishments because they abused the power we gave them. Yeah. Let me go into like a police thing real quick. Also, police, just FYI, guys. My experience with police officers has not been great. I grew up in Franny, what's up? I grew up in Miami as a biological female. And sexism is just as bad as racism. Homophobia is just as bad as racism. Suppression of any kind is just horrible. It's just stupid. It's like, I'm better than you and I know it. And I can take advantage of you because you don't have all the rights that I have. Right. I'm not a white man. And if you guys are a white man out there, and I don't mean I identify as a white man, bullshit. You're a biological white dude. You gotta check your shit, man. Because the cops in this town, and you go, oh, not all cops. My history, my you know, my awareness and my exposure to police officers has never been that great. And not all cops, because not all people are assholes, but in general, when you have taken a person and you've put them in a uniform of some sort, and you put a badge and a gun on a human being, because I was raised by a police officer who was also a U.S. Marine, I get it. And there's a sense of entitlement if you are a man with a badge and a gun. You shift. Your brain shifts. Because I have, at many times in my life, wear a gun as a concealed weapon, which I have every right to because I drive a motorcycle. I don't like being on the motorcycle unprepared for the crap that's in the street. You know, somebody wants to like jump on me and, hey, I want to defend myself. Do I want to shoot somebody? Oh, hell no. It's the last thing anybody, I think, thinks about. But when you're taught to draw over and over and over, and we've just kind of like pushed back the boundary, we push back the edge, people change. And the entitlement just shoots through the roof. My friend was raised by a police officer on the beach. Yeah, happens all the time. Happens all the time, and it's just pushed aside. Women in general are just pushed aside with most of what we deal with. So, roller coaster, it's 9:34, guys. We've got a workout today with all of this going on. Today was about how do I work and navigate my roller coaster. And we're on a roller coaster right now. We're on a crazy roller coaster. We're not having like happy. We're like, we're not, I don't know about, I'm sad. I'm really not sad. I'm just like, like, whoa. I need a human timeout. Humans need to take a timeout. My human world needs to take a timeout. And what we need to do is also take care of ourselves. Take care of ourselves where we need to be able to, one, eat better and you feel better. surround yourself with people that are like-minded. That's why this 5-week challenge, I got a bunch of people signed up. We're going to have our first Zoom meeting tomorrow night. I'm super excited about that. But I want you guys to surround yourself with the support. Now, not always blood family is your family. Not always blood family is your family. Because family is a social cohesion. It's people that are like, I want to lift you up. We take our ego, we set it aside, we put all guns into the ground, and we say, how can I help you? How can I support you? And that's where I shine. When I'm helping other people, that's when I get up that roller coaster, blah, 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 and it just climbs. My dips are when I'm not taking care of myself. So even though I have puppy in the vet, George Floyd's death, and it's not just George Floyd, by the way, guys. I'm talking about McDuffie. I lived through that. That was crazy. And it hasn't stopped. And it's over and over and over and over and over. And it's not like, oh, and if one of you guys gets on here and if you ever hear somebody say fake news, I want you to punch them right in the nose. Because that is what happens when you guys get tied into propaganda. Okay? So when you hear fake news, just look at the person and go, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. There are facts. There's real. And not everybody, we don't know. We don't know everything. We have to learn. Right? Yeah, it's been happening since this country began. Yeah, we were founded on slavery, by the way, guys. Do you even know what that means? Yeah, we think it's like, I'm just talking about my lifetime, what I've actually experienced, and what I've actually seen. And I believe that, yes, we were founded on slavery, and it's not okay. White people, stand up and take care of our people of color. But surround yourself with a social support system and making sure also that you get regular physical activity. Make sure that you guys are out there in an active lifestyle, structured exercise, getting, and this is going to hit some of you kind of hard, but are you taking care of your teeth? Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of what you do is based on teeth health. Oh, I wanted to show you guys. What did I tell you? This is on my desk. And I hope that this makes you smile. Because it makes me smile. It's coming out of the frame. Hold on. Hold on. Papa is coming out of the frame here. But here you go. All right. That's Daddy. Right? How cute is he? How cute is that boy? Huh? That's pretty cute. You see the blue eyes? Yeah. That sits on my desk. Yeah, that's that. Dental health is everything. Your mouth, your smile. He's a cutie. Yeah, he was a pretty boy. I think that's what mommy never left him, even when he was being a bad boy. Dental health, flossing, cleaning, brushing, all of that. Your diet choices, your food choices, healthy body weight, getting yourself where, I don't care what anybody says. I don't fat shame at all. I don't fat shame at all. I could care less. What I'm going to say is super important. But if you're carrying body weight that's not natural, it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. And it's not to say, oh, I should accept and embrace. I could care less. If you're overweight and you're happy, cool. But if you're overweight, you're overweight, by the way. It's not a normal condition to be overweight. And the reason you're overweight is because you're eating all the wrong foods. You're not even eating food, you're eating crap. Can or box, jar, whatever. You're just eating crap, right? And if I use the word spiritual, I do not believe in religion. That's not my thing. It's not my jam. I don't even think spirituality is a thing. I think it's a really weird concept because, supernatural and all of that, it's not science, it's not real, but whatever you believe in is your belief system, and your beliefs are very powerful. And wherever that comes from, I believe in your human condition, in saying that we're all of like the world and nature and stardust and the planet, and we all come from the same DNA. We're all like from the same common ancestor. We all crawled out of the pond together, and that's your identity, and it gives you purpose in life also. If we're just like in it to win it, I can see that, and so can you. And we see people that are like that, and that's not my jam either. Your mental state, coping with problems and solving your problems, your stress management and your decision making, all of that goes together. If you guys are just like whack, right? Like right now is like, we got a curfew. I see the cops like in the street going back and forth. And then people will go, oh, that, like COVID-19, we got a freaking curfew. Get your ass in the house so we can get this thing like past us. I said it from day one. I'm like, these idiots are not going to listen to curfew. They're just not. They're going to be like, I want my rights. You want your rights? I want to live. That's my right. Sorry, I just got a little amplified there. Stress management and decision making, right? Your thoughts and your actions have a positive and a negative effect on your life. So if I choose to be in a bad mood and I make that bad mood that big, that's up to me, right? Now I use GUS. GUS stands for God, Universe, Spirit. I don't believe in God. I don't believe that there is a God. I believe that our world, and if you do, I promote that, but I believe that our world is us right now. I believe that our planet and our universe is far bigger than we could ever understand. And I come from core values of, do right by other people. Pretty much that's it. If we take care of each other, it just comes out of you, like comes out of your pores like, whoa, God, it feels really good to help other people. It just does. And that's why we're upset, because we want to do more. We want to do more. I believe we all want to do more. I believe if you're on here right now, you want to do more, and you're not really sure how. Because like, I want to protest, but I don't want to get killed, right? You're like, yeah. And I want to get out in that front line and go, y'all need to like check your shit. But I don't want to get tasered either, right? Your occupation also, Unitarian Universalist, what is that? That just sounds a little too complicated. I can barely say it. How does it align with what I believe? Nobody knows what I believe. Activities that we engage in, your skills, your performance, your satisfaction, your job life also has to be like totally on board. If you guys are doing jobs you hate and you've been doing it and you hate everybody around you, it's your religion. What is your religion? I don't believe in religion. And I'm not here to transform anyone. What I want is an easier ride on the roller coaster. The last part of this is also financial, money, how your money goes out and how your money comes in, what you spend your money on. Is it Is it good money in and good money out, or is it bad money in and no money out? Money has to flow. It's like love. If I don't give out, I'm not going to get it back. And love is different in different stages. Like falling in love is chemical. It's not a thing. It's a chemical reaction to someone. It's how we as humans have evolved, right? Animals don't fall in love. Humans fall in love because humans are trying to mate, and we're trying to see whether or not that human is compatible. And so chemicals, hormones, pew, pew, pew. And that lasts for about 6 months, and then it's over because we have to make a decision. Is this person going to try to kill me or mate with me, or, you're trying to cohabitate, right? So those are decisions that we make as human beings. And then after the 6 months, you guys, roller coaster, right? Human emotions going back and forth. So how do we deal with that? We check things out. We check things out in our day. Wake up, do the right thing, take care of your body, eat the right foods, and foods that make sense to you guys. Stop consuming things that don't work. Marie, my city, Philly, was on fire and blowing up last night. Looking forward to working out. Yeah, I got you, girl. I'm going to do my best right now because I have this platform, and I think you guys come on and you're looking for answers, and I don't have them. I have suggestions maybe. My suggestions are do all these, the social, the physical, environmental, medical, dental, spiritual. If you pray, praying doesn't work if you don't do something about it. Praying is like wishful thinking. Yeah, I wish that there was no racism. You've got to actually do something. There's no let's sit back and pray. I've never known a prayer that actually worked. So when I do and I'm active, that's when it works. You got to step in. Psychological, emotional, your thoughts, your behavior patterns, what you do for a living. Is it just one-sided? Just my work is just money. Yeah, that's good for some people. It's not good for me. I got to kind of give back. What's up, Karen? So I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to write out your workout real quick. We're going to do legs. Again, I'm not in the greatest of moods, but I'm not going to let it just, wash out my day. I'm going to be checking on my puppy later. She's going for EKG today. Again, it's life. Roller coaster of life. How do we... Oh, thank you. Sending hugs from UK. Yes. Again, I'm checking on puppy later. I got a lot of stuff on my plate this week. I've got a lot of really, really, really good stuff that's happening also. Different platforms are opening up different ways of exposing this show, whether it be in podcast form or I work it as a live. I'm back in Miami. I'm thinking of doing something really fun for my Miami family. Guys, put this out there and, check it. If you can and you can support the cause, Venmo, PayPal. PayPal's a little crazy, but it's all good. All donations help. Going through medical bills right now, yeah. But I'm going to be here for you guys every day. 9 o'clock. Wow. Good morning. My brain is taking off on me. Sorry. 9 o'clock, coffee talk every single day. I'm going to change up the topic. I'm sorry if it was a little wordy and heavy today, but I'm trying to like work through it all. We've got the 5-week challenge has already started. I've got a nice group. We got about 25 people in the founding group. Super excited. We've got another challenge coming up. I've got special offers also coming up for my original group, and we're going to be working out every day. Guys, if you have not gotten into my program and you want to try it out, I will send you a link. Go ahead and drop me a comment below. Say LINK for a strategy session and where you guys fit in all these programs. Guys, I'm going to shut down. 9:51. I'll be back in 9 minutes. I'm going to write your workout out. It's going to be fun. We're going to make it fun. And we're all going to get fired up here. So if you need to get your bands or get your dumbbells, I'm going to move this downstairs. It's really super hot. Cheryl, let's work it out. Guys, do what you can. If it's hard, just try. All I ask is that you try. Don't shy away from these workouts and modify where you need to. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll see you in about 8 minutes.